You know I'm a hot boy, but I ain't never lose my cool. The speed's on fire, that's why I'm riding with my tool.
Hey YouTube, Touchdown Podcast, back with another video for you guys today. And today I want to go over everything NFL wise, okay? As far as coaching stuff, I want to go over that stuff too. What the Dolphins are doing now that Vic Fangio has been let go. He's now in Philly, which was just announced yesterday. So I just want to go over everything in the NFL from this last week because I was supposed to make about 3 videos this week and I ended up not making them. I ended up spending time with my wife and doing those things. So now it's time for me to make my podcast, and we're just going to do a long podcast. Okay, I don't know how long this video is going to be. It could be 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. I don't know. But I just want to get this podcast out before the Ravens game. We're also going to do my predictions for these for these 2 championship games today. But yeah, I want to go over the coaching stuff real quick before we get into that. So, as you guys may know, the Chargers have a new head coach in Jim Harbaugh, the Ravens head coach's brother, right? John Harbaugh's brother. Okay. I think the Chargers are going to be better with Jim Harbaugh. I think they have a chance to be really good. But I do not think they're going to be a Super Bowl team in year 1. I think it's going to take them a couple years because I think they're just an older team. They need to get more younger, so that they still have a little bit of a ways to go. But they're definitely about I would say about a year or 2, maybe 3 years away, and they could be a Super Bowl contender. And I think Jim Harbaugh will win a ring in the NFL with the Chargers at some point. I definitely do. Now I want to go over the Eagles' job. I'm not going to go over every head coach's job. Because some of these teams got coaches I don't even know who they are. I'm only naming mainly the big names. So as you guys may know, also the Eagles last night got Kellen Moore, their OC. So they got Vic Fangio in the morning time. I think it was morning afternoon time. They got Vic Fangio as their DC, and then they later announced, I think Schefter announced it last night, that they are getting Kellen Moore for offensive coordinator. So the Eagles, I think with bringing in veteran coordinators is going to be a big thing for them. This last year, they went with some rookie coordinators, and things just weren't going according to plan, right? The Eagles were red hot early on the season, and then they started to struggle the second half of the season and got eliminated in the first round to the Buccaneers. So, bringing in Vic Fangio, bringing in Kellen Moore, I think is a big deal for the Eagles. I think they're in a better situation now. With the new, now they still have, I think my cousin said, he's an Eagles fan, I think he said that they're still clearing house and looking for DCs to become positional coaches. So that's the case. I think the Eagles they're going to be a really good team next year. I definitely do. I think next year is going to be their chance to win a Super Bowl. I think they have that opportunity. Now I want to go over the Dolphins real quick. I want to do a full Dolphins little thing here because I want to go over some of the big things. Next week we're going to do a lot of what the Dolphins need to do in the offseason as far as how to build the roster, have the best chances to get to the Super Bowl next year. That type of stuff we're gonna do all types of podcasts for that next week. But right now I just want to go over what they need to do at defensive coordinator. In my opinion, getting Vic Fangio, I heard a lot of things about the players not being happy with Vic Fangio. It was hard to talk to Vic Fangio. The scheme was hard to learn. And any new DC, when you bring in a new DC, the scheme's gonna be way different. The players have never been in that scheme, right? So let's be honest. That's not a Vic Fangio issue. But the big thing for me and why I think this is a good thing that we let go of Vic Fangio is he didn't want to give the younger guys a chance to play. Let's be honest. Cam Smith, our corner, who we drafted in I think the second round, didn't even get to play. He didn't even get to play. All season, he played special teams, but he never got to play his actual position. And to me, that was disappointing. And the reason why that happened was because of Vic Fangio. He just loved Eli Apple so much, but Eli Apple would get cooked all the time. I think only saw 3 good plays from Eli Apple all season. He had 1 interception that we're not even supposed to be thrown his way. It just happened, and he was just there, So that play was one of his good plays, even though it really was just a play. He was just there at the right time type of situation. And there's 2 others. Okay, Eli Apple was garbage. Hopefully we do not bring him back. I think if we had Vic Fangio still here, I think we would bring him back. So I'm at the same time happy Vic Fangio is gone. Now, I'm not going to downplay Vic Fangio. The Dolphins defense definitely got better from the first half to the second half of the season. First half of the season, we struggled. Second half of the season, our defense got better under Vic Fangio. But I think the Dolphins defensive coordinator that they bring in needs to be someone who the players like, right? Someone that the players would love to play under, the defensive players, right? And for that being said, I think the biggest thing is, as much as I don't like Staley as a head coach, like he was not a great head coach. And I don't know. I think I don't know how much of his defense played a role when he was there. Like how much of him, did he coach a defense? Did he play call for the defense? Did he not? Because Chargers' defense was bad, and I don't know if Staley played a part in that or not. But if that's the case, Staley hasn't had a good defensive, hasn't had a good defensive resume since 2020 when he was with the Rams. When the Rams had a dominant defense with Aaron Donald and Ramsey, but Ramsey loves Staley, which is why I think we gotta give him a chance. We're supposed to interview him this week. I don't know if that already happened or not, but we're supposed to interview him this weekend. We're also interviewing a Bills linebacker coach also. And I actually saw a clip of him, and I actually like the dude. I think if he became our DC, I would not hate it. Only thing is he would be a rookie defensive coordinator, so that's the only issue I have. I'd rather have a veteran guy like Staley, but at the end of the day, I think a rookie defensive coordinator could be better than Staley. I really do. I don't know how good Staley is as a DC. I really don't. All I know is that these last 3 years, when he was coaching the Chargers, I think 3 or 4 years, it was not good. The defense was terrible. But I don't know if that's because of him. Did he play call on defense or not? That's the question. But when we go back to 2020 with the Rams, that was only a couple years ago. That defense was really good, and Staley and play calling has to play a big play in that. So Staley was DC there. He was play calling, and that defense was really, really good. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with the Dolphins, where they go with the DC job. As soon as we get the news of who the new defensive coordinator is, I'll make a small podcast video about it and talk to you guys about it. It'll probably only be about 5 minutes, because honestly, when there's breaking news, unless it's something really major, like, we traded for a superstar player, I'm not going to talk so much about it, right? I'm just going to, if it's just a coaching job, like a defensive coordinator job, I'm just going to talk a small 5 minutes about it, and then end the vid, post it, whatever. So, and those types of videos, I will not do an intro for. When I do long podcasts like this one, I will do intros. But yeah, I just want to clear that real quick. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with the Dolphins and their DC job. We'll talk more about it this upcoming week, and we'll go over what the Dolphins do through this whole offseason. And we'll also do a post game of these championship games. What happened between these two games, who won, what the Super Bowl matchup looking like, compare the teams that are in the Super Bowl, right? That type of thing. So we'll do a video on that too next week. But let's go over my predictions for these two championship games. Who do I got winning? Well, I'll tell you right now. I have the Ravens beating Kansas City, because the game's in Baltimore, and Kansas City's red hot right now, so I definitely think it's going to be a really close game. But I do think my boy Lamar gets to the Super Bowl and beats Kansas City and gets to the Super Bowl. Okay, I just do. And who do I think they're facing? I think they're going to be facing the Detroit Lions. Now, the Lions versus Ravens in the Super Bowl. Who wins? Okay, I like the Lions story, them getting to the Super Bowl, but I would have to go with my boy Lamar, as you see. And I have the Ravens probably winning by at least 10 points or more. I think the Ravens are just too good. I don't see how anybody can beat them. I do think teams can compete against them and keep the game close, but I don't see how anybody can beat them right now. They're just red hot. Their defense is so good. Their offense is really good. That's why the Seahawks and Falcons haven't picked a coach yet. They're waiting to see how these games play out, because they're looking at the Ravens coaching staff. Look at the Lions coaching staff to bring in a head coach for those two teams, right? I think Commanders in Seattle. So we'll also do some news on that too next week if anything happens for their head coaching vacancies. But yeah, so that's why if I'm Seattle, I'm picking someone off that Ravens staff, because the Ravens defense has been nasty. They've been so good. Bringing in a DC or even their OC and do wonders. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But shoot. My bad, guys. My bad. But I do think it's going to be Ravens, Lions in the Super Bowl. Ravens win. At least by 10 plus points. Let me know what you guys think about that. Who you guys got winning these championship games? Who you guys got going to the Super Bowl? Comment down below what you guys think about that. About what I have. You know. I don't know. I just think the Ravens are too good. I know a lot of people are going to pick Kansas City because, you know, they've been in the Super Bowl so many times, you know, these last couple of years, and they're still they're getting red hot now. So, and for the Chiefs, that could be a really good thing for them, and they could beat Baltimore. I think a lot of people picking Kansas City, I wouldn't hate you for it, because it wouldn't be a surprise if they won. But I'm going with Baltimore. I'm going with my boy Lamar, and I think they're going to get the Super Bowl and win it. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think about that. You guys have Ravens, Lions, Super Bowl like I do, or are you guys going a different route? Just let me know. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about these coaching vacancies and who got who got signed and all that. You know, who got signed to a coaching job. Just let me know what you guys think about all that. How did Philly do with their coordinator vacancies? What did what do you think about Miami getting rid of Vic Fangio? Like, let me know what you guys think about all that. And probably the biggest one, Jim Harbaugh to the Chargers, I think is the biggest deal. So let me know what you guys think about that also. But yeah, this is actually only going to be about a 12-minute video, so I just want to hurry and get this out. Get this out for you guys before these games start. But I want to hurry and say for the keys to victory for the Ravens is just Lamar, bomb the ball. Bomb the ball. You don't want them to force you to have to run all the time. You're going to have to just bomb that shit. You have an arm. Just sling that rock up and down the field. Make the Chargers start to stress out, or make the Chiefs start to stress out. That's my key victory for the Ravens. Because their defense is going to do what they got to do. Chiefs. If they want to beat Baltimore, they're going to have to force Lamar to run the ball. Simple. You're going to have to force Lamar to run the ball. I used to be just force Lamar to throw it, but Lamar now has an arm, and he's very accurate. Or he's getting more accurate. So, because of that, if I'm the Chiefs, you got to force Lamar to run. And on defense, on offense, Mahomes, you just got to do what you got to do. Get to Kelsey, get to Rashee Rice, get to those guys, and believe in your receivers, and you guys have a chance. Now, keys victories for the Lions against the Niners. For the Lions, Jared Goff, you're going to have a perfect game. I'm going to be honest. Not a perfect game, but you're going to have a really, really, really good game. Almost perfect game to beat the Niners. Run the ball, too. With Montgomery, with Gibbs. Run that ball as much as you can. On defense, just stop Chris McCaffrey and try to stop George Kittle. And things will play wonders from there. I believe the Lions have a really good chance to win this game, as long as they do some of these things that I'm talking about, which is just defensively, you got to stop McCaffrey as much as you can. Offense, Jared Goff, you're going to have a good game. Simple as that. And if you're the Lions, you have to run the ball. You're going to have to run the ball. For the Niners, keys to victories, it's simple. Give it to McCaffrey. Let McCaffrey cook. Let Kittle cook. Let Debo cook if he's playing. I'm not sure if he's playing or not yet. And Brock Purdy, you're going to just don't turn over the football. And you guys should be fine. Okay? Simple as that. I just want to get my key points out there before I end this video. So I just did that. It's my key points to each of those teams for them to get to the Super Bowl. And I'll talk to you guys either tomorrow or Tuesday. So Monday or Tuesday next week, I'll be making a video depending on what happens and what things happen. But there will for sure be a video by Tuesday at the latest. All right. So I'll talk to you guys next week. I love you guys. It's always fins up from me, but right now I'm going with the Ravens flock for the Super Bowl. But next year, guarantee you, if Miami's going to the Super Bowl, I have a feeling. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. I love you guys. Peace and love. See you later. Gotta go take care of my kids. Love y'all.